And so it's always cool now when I get to come back to like smaller rooms and see a little bit more of the facial expressions on people's faces rather than them being 200 feet away from me, because I get to see the light bulbs go off in some of your guys' heads for the first time ever. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, when I saw this for the first time, it was like all of a sudden I got my vision back. I got my dreams back. Does anybody in here right now, if you're here, are you brand new? Can you raise your hand if you're brand new here? You have no idea what this was before you got here? The majority of you guys. How many of you guys knew anything about what you were coming to check out other than it was just an opportunity to make some money? Is that pretty much all it was? Same thing for me. And so what's crazy about it is I was actually making about $200,000 a year when I saw this. And I was working in sales. And so I'm 28 years old now, but I went to school and I followed the traditional path. Pretty humble beginnings. No one in my family ever made a lot of money. My parents' dream was for me to go get a degree. So I got a business and finance degree, grew up in the Midwest, and then I went and got licensed to manage money for the second biggest investment firm in the country called Merrill Lynch when I was 22. So I still have those now, but I don't use them, thanks to this. And so I sat in a cubicle, wore a suit and tie, showed up Monday through Friday, sat at the desk, calling old people, helping rich people get richer. It was unfulfilling as can be. How many of you guys, by show of hands, right now, is working a job that you do not fulfill doing? Like, you would rather click snooze on your alarm clock than wake up tomorrow. That's the problem, man. You have one life. You got 4,000 weeks to live on average. 5 out of the 7 days of the week, you're gonna work for half of your life. So you're telling me you're gonna purposely and allow yourself to sign up to do something you don't even want to do, that doesn't pay you what you're worth, and that with people you don't even respect. That was me. And so I was working in car sales for 2 or 3 years before this, down in Scottsdale, and it was COVID before that, mixed up my life, but I had a buddy that was making good money. I said, okay, I'll start there. And I found myself in this loophole where all of a sudden every day felt the same. Some of you guys feel that way. Monday through Friday, you're just looking forward to Friday so you can go and then escape reality with your buddies and get drunk and get effed up on the weekends and do all sorts of bad stuff. That was me. That was me, literally 2 years ago. And so it's crazy because it started off with me getting on a Zoom call and checking this out. I didn't even get to meet anybody in person. And it came to me through someone in Milwaukee, Wisconsin that was 22 years old. I didn't even know who he was. He had 2 pictures on his Instagram. One on a boat or a yacht, one on a camel in Egypt. I had never been outside of the damn country before that. And so I said, you know what, I don't know if it's real, I don't know if it's gonna work, I don't even know if I have time. I'm working 10, 12 hours a day, 5, 6 days a week. It's car sales. If you know anything about sales, you work your butt off. But I knew if I wanted something different, I had to get something different. I had to make a stand, I had to take a leap of faith, I had to try something. And so I got started. And when I got started, more than money, I had people sending me podcasts and audios and books I could read. And I had people like Joey and Maddie reaching out and sending me all of this material. And I'm like, I don't even know these guys. I'm not making them any money right now. But they care more about helping me succeed in life and develop more so than my so-called best friends who are getting me to go make stupid decisions every single day. Some of you guys in that same exact boat right now. Here's the thing, man. If you guys think that's your circle, it's really a cage. It's keeping you trapped where you are. And that's why you wake up and you'd rather keep sleeping. And so for me, I very quickly saw the potential. And most of you guys, I don't recommend doing this, but I was so frustrated that I actually quit my job on 48 hours notice of an event just like this in Orlando, Florida. That's like 2,000 miles away from Scottsdale. And all it took was me getting a voice message from that 22-year-old kid saying, hey, there's going to be some people at this event that can potentially change your life. I think if you make it here, everything's going to be different. All I knew was there was a Telegram chat. I got signed up. Now I'm trying to learn how to trade on my own time. I made no money. I hadn't signed up anybody up. How many of you guys would quit your job if you got that voice message and fly across the country just to go potentially see what it is? Most people are like, what the hell, why would you do that? It's crazy until it works, right? And then it's either another excuse, you're lucky or something else. And so I stand here today, and it's crazy because I started off just being a sponge. I didn't know anything about how to scale a team. I didn't know anything about public speaking. If you would have told me I'd have a microphone in my hand 2 years ago and sit here and talk to you guys, I would have been freaking shaking in my boots, right? But then here we are now, and I started to develop over the course of time because I chose to surround myself with people that were living the life I actually wanted, rather than people that weren't. And so all the people that were giving me hate when I decided to do this, saying get rich quick, pyramid scheme, too good to be true, all of these different objections you guys all hear, none of them have the life that I want. And now all of them have to go to work tomorrow and I don't. I'm just happy with you guys. How many of you guys would like to wake up, put on whatever clothes you want, whenever it is that you wake up first off? Yes, sir. If you're not raising your hand, I don't know what you're doing. But after that, how many of you guys would like to be able to go wherever you want, do whatever you want with people you love and care about? And your job, if you had one, was to literally help as many people make money as possible leveraging this platform. That's what I do. And so now I've been to 9 countries in the last 2 years. No boss, no job. Healthier and happier than I've ever been and more well-connected. How many of you guys have ever been told sometime in your life, it's not what you know, it's who you know? Yeah. Everybody? Yeah. But who do you know? Who do you know like Maddie and Joey that are making over 6 figures a month in their 30s who are willing to take you and put you into their passenger seat? Literally, that's what Joey did. The dude moved to me, bro. I didn't have anybody else doing that in my life. The people that I was taking advice from were driving Honda Civics, living a W-2 job, and were the people that would sit at the dinner table, aka my own parents, complaining more about the day they just had than talking about where they're going. That's why I was frustrated every single day in my mid-20s as I'm sitting there in the prime years of my life when I still have more energy, more potential, more of an open mind, more potential like to go out there and do something special than I'll ever have again. And so I put my foot down, I got started, and everything changed. And so all I have to tell all of you guys in this room right now is you don't have to be great at anything to start, but you have to start to be great. And so when I got started, it was just me sharing this with a few friends and family. These guys are going to do this exact event every single week. All you guys have to do is invite people in your network to come and sit in a seat just like you and check it out. Show me by a raise of hands real quick. How many of you guys have people in your life, the ones of you that are started already or people that haven't gotten started? How many of you guys have people in your life that want to be a part of something bigger than themselves or that want to make money on their own time, escape the rat race, the matrix, etc.? Everybody. You can literally get paid an unlimited amount of income for sharing this with them. And you don't even have to be Mr. Presentator if you don't want to. You can allow Maddie to do it. You can allow Josh and Jay to do it. You can allow Carson and Kay and Isaiah and all these guys to do it for you. They've been doing it. And so all they're going to do is teach you how to do the things that they already know. And Joey told me when I first got started, the benefits and the best part about what it is that we're doing here is if you teach enough people how to teach, you can go to the beach. And so all I've ever done in the last 2 years is say, okay, sales is the highest paying skill on the planet. I might as well get good at it. You guys all sell people every single day. How many of you guys right now are like, I don't know if I'd be good at sales? Is there anybody in here that's thinking that? I don't know if I'd be good at sales? Okay, but how many of you guys that raise your hand still sell, convince, influence, and persuade people in your life every single day to go to the places you want to go and get food, to go out to the clubs on the weekends, to wear a certain thing? You do it with your friends and family all day, every day, and it takes money out of your bank account. It doesn't put money in it. All you have to do here is provide them the opportunity to make money on their own time, to get connected to successful people. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. How many of you guys have heard of that one? Everybody, right? Who are those people? Because your habits, your bank account, your health, the places you go, the things you do, it's a reflection of them. And so all of those people for me before I got started were people that worked W-2 jobs that were miserable. And now the 5 people I spend the most time with are the people you guys just got to hear from, who have been to 30 plus countries, who have built organizations of 20,000 plus people, who have made millions of dollars in their early 30s. No boss, no job. I literally came up here to stay at Joey's $2.3 million lake home 2 hours north of here, just to get away from Scottsdale for a little while. And I'm sitting there watching this dude literally design his dream home and his dream life over the course of just a few years. Most of you guys are going to sign up to go work a job that pays you 40% of your income after taxes and everything else that goes into it, and you don't even want to do it. It's never going to yield you the life you want. This can. And the best part, I always had wanted an opportunity to be the guarantee. How many of you guys are like, dude, I hate when I go to work, even though I'm better, or I work harder than the next guy, I make the same amount of money. That's a lot of people. My dad's an engineer. He complains about it every single day. All the new people that got degrees getting paid the same amount of him, even though he knows more about all these different things. Anybody else's parents at least like that? Mine are. Here it's different. You are the guarantee. And if you have desire, and if you have coachability, and if you're willing to just put your head down and sacrifice for a season of your life, you might get laughed at for a little while because people are like, dude, you're not making money trading yet. You don't have that many people in your business, so let me know when it works. And then you look back at the timeline, and for the 2 years that I was getting laughed at by all my friends that stopped inviting me places and that told me it wasn't going to work, well, crap, man, it might feel like a little bit of a while you're getting this thing off the ground, but when you look back at the timeline, that was like a 3 to 5% total of my life that I was getting laughed at. And now I get to laugh for the rest of mine. So every single one of you guys in this room right now that has that light bulb going off, you don't have to know how it's going to work. You just have to start. And that's all there is to it. You're in the group chats with every single one of us right away. Every single one of the people here that invited you here did it because they know you have the potential to go out there and help a lot of people in the process, and did it because they know you're probably like them, and you've always talked about building businesses together, escaping the rat race and the matrix and all those crazy things, but you've never had a way to do it. You're a business owner as soon as you start here. My accountant told me that I'm going to save, I think, upwards of $15,000 just because now I'm 1099 and I got an S Corp and an LLC. It's been 2 years. I didn't know any of this stuff before this. Most people never have that benefit. You don't have to hire people to start this business. You don't got to rent out office space. You don't got to buy products and deal with all the overhead. You don't got to have an HR team. None of it. All you do is help people get involved with an opportunity like this. And the more people you help get started, the more money you make. And so with that being said, I'm going to close this thing down right there. I don't want to take any more of your guys' time. But Jay, if you want to come up here and say something, all I got to tell you guys is, this is special. In this room right here, where there may be 30, 40, 50 people, you guys can put a city like Minneapolis and this state all together on the map together. You guys could be the unity in the group that changes this entire Midwest region. There's so many people right now that are locked up in their home, that are miserable, that are just trying to scrape by. This is your chance, man. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys allowing me to share a little bit about myself. I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to Jay. I encourage you guys, get started.
Let's go!
Come on now, come on.
Come on.